IYO SKY teams with Jordynne Grace to battle Giulia and Roxanne Perez. WWE's ultimate crossover war. In the ever-evolving world of WWE, alliances can form in the blink of an eye. But when those alliances break down barriers between promotions, the entire wrestling world takes notice. On this night, history is about to be made. IYO SKY, WWE's high-flying genius of the sky, has found herself outnumbered and under siege. The brutal assault at the hands of Giulia and Roxanne Perez sent shockwaves across Raw and SmackDown. But now she's not fighting alone. Joining forces with none other than Jordynne Grace, Impact Wrestling's powerhouse and current Knockouts world champion. IYO is ready to strike back in a tag team match that no one saw coming. Tonight, it's WWE versus STARDOM and NXT, plus an Impact wildcard. It's skill, strength, and spirit against ambition, betrayal, and chaos. This is the story of how IYO SKY and Jordynne Grace are teaming up to go to war against Giulia and Roxanne Perez. In a clash that's redefining women's wrestling across brands. Let's break it all down. We begin where chaos left off. Last week on Raw, IYO SKY rushed the ring to save fellow champion Rhea Ripley, only to be ambushed herself. The attackers? Roxanne Perez, formerly the smiling prodigy of NXT, now cold, aggressive, and focused, and Giulia, Stardom's queen of brutality, who made her shocking WWE debut by beating both champions down in a brutal post-match assault. By the end of the night, Rhea Ripley was injured. IYO SKY was left unconscious. And Giulia and Roxanne stood tall, holding the Women's World and WWE Women's Championships over their fallen victims. But IYO SKY isn't one to stay down for long. On SmackDown, she issued a statement. "You want war? You want to play this game with me, Giulia? Then get ready. Because I found someone who hits harder than both of you combined." Backstage on Raw, IYO SKY stood in front of the cameras. Her face was bruised. Her words were sharp. She announced she wasn't coming alone to the fight. And then the screen split. A pre-recorded video aired. Jordynne Grace, the juggernaut of Impact Wrestling, appeared. "I've been watching the disrespect. I've been watching the ambushes. And I'm done watching." IYO called. I answered. The WWE Universe erupted. This was unprecedented. For one of Impact's top stars to cross over and join forces with a WWE champion, this wasn't just a partnership. This was a statement. The message was clear. This is bigger than brands. This is about respect. For those unfamiliar with Jordynne Grace, here's what you need to know. She's not just strong. She's one of the strongest female competitors in the world. She's not just experienced. She's a multiple-time champion, including the current Knockouts world champion. And she's not just a guest. She's a wrecking ball ready to tear through anyone in her way. Her matches in Impact have made headlines. Her work ethic and power moves have earned her respect across the industry. And now, she's stepping into WWE. Not to sign a contract, but to settle a score. This is not a long-term alliance. This is mutual destruction. WWE made it official. At the next premium live event, it's set. IYO SKY and Jordynne Grace versus Giulia and Roxanne Perez. The match announcement broke social media. Wrestling fans across the globe were stunned. Speculation ran wild. Was WWE working with Impact? How did Jordynne get cleared to appear? Was this just a one-time thing, or a sign of things to come? But amidst all the speculation, one truth remained. This match wasn't about politics. It was about vengeance. On one side, you have IYO SKY and Jordynne Grace, two women from completely different worlds. IYO, graceful, agile, a master of aerial offense. Jordynne, brutal, powerful, and explosive. On paper, they seem mismatched, but together, they could be unstoppable. IYO brings speed. Jordynne brings power. IYO knows Giulia better than anyone. Jordynne has a score to settle with Roxanne, who mocked her in interviews months ago. On the other side, Giulia and Roxanne Perez, the rebels, the outlaws, the disruptors. Their chemistry is deadly. Their mindset is clear. Burn the system down. They don't care about loyalty, brands, or tradition. They care about taking power by force. In the lead-up to the match, WWE aired exclusive training vignettes. Jordynne Grace and IYO SKY were shown sparring at the Performance Center. Jordynne throwing heavy lifts, IYO flipping over resistance bands with perfect balance. The two learning each other's styles, building synergy. Meanwhile, Giulia and Roxanne trained in secret. Dark gyms. No music. No smiles. Just bruises, strikes, and rehearsing their plan. Giulia spoke in a pre-taped promo. "I've already conquered Japan. I didn't come to WWE to play nice. I came to dismantle your queens." Roxanne added, "They call us rebels. Fine. Just remember, rebels win wars." The rest of the women's locker room is on edge. Bianca Belair tweeted, "Now this is how you shake up the division. Let's go, Jordynne." Charlotte Flair, during an interview, said, "Giulia made her mark, but aligning with Roxanne? That's a mistake." Even Bayley, former Damage Control ally to IYO, weighed in, "I don't trust anyone anymore. But if anyone's gonna stop Giulia, it's IYO." The tension isn't just in the match. It's everywhere. On the Raw before the event, all four women met face-to-face for a contract signing. The crowd was electric. Adam Pearce hosted the segment, but the atmosphere was volatile. Giulia spoke first, calm, chilling. "You're all sheep. I'm the wolf, and wolves don't ask permission." Roxanne scribbled her name and leaned into the mic. "This isn't personal. It's overdue." Jordynne stood, towering over the table. "You picked the wrong fight." IYO signed last, never breaking eye contact with Giulia. "This is my sky. Try and fly in it, and you'll fall." The segment ended in chaos. Chairs thrown, officials storming the ring, and a wild brawl that left all four women laid out. Social media is on fire. The WWE Universe is divided. Some are backing Team Sky Grace, calling them the Sky Juggernauts. Others are rooting for Giulia and Roxanne, dubbing them the Ruthless Revolution. Polls show a nearly 50-50 split on who fans believe will win. TikTok is full of highlight compilations. Twitter/X is loaded with fantasy booking threads. Reddit is ablaze with theories about who's really behind Giulia's sudden arrival, and if more surprises are coming. One thing's certain, the hype is off the charts. Analysts and legends are chiming in. Booker T, who trained Roxanne, said, "She's dangerous now, smarter, meaner. This isn't the Roxanne I knew, but it might be the one that wins." Trish Stratus offered a different take. IYO and Jordynne together? That's a dream team. They just have to trust each other long enough to make it work. Michael Cole on commentary teased, "This could be the beginning of a new women's wrestling era. One that's not defined by brands, but by battles. Who walks out victorious? And who doesn't walk out at all?"